Good morning children, welcome to the online class 27. In the last class we just started the new chapter 8 friction. In the continuation only we have to discuss now. In the last class what we discussed, what is the meaning of the friction, how it is helping to object to move, what are the effects of the friction that we discussed. And this class we will discuss about the friction a necessary evil. And then increasing and the reducing of the frictions. What are the our day-to-day life we are applying the frictions, for example, and then what are the examples for that we will be see. So it is necessary, the friction is necessary for the object to move or not. Okay, so that we are going to discuss now. Take out the page number 99. Friction a necessary evil. Recall now some of your experience. Is it easier to hold a gulha, that is earthen pot? Imagine that is yourself carrying the mud pot, earthen pot at the glass tumbler. Which one is easy to carry you? Definitely the glass tumbler only, because depending to the weight, okay, and depending to the bottom of the surface. Suppose the outer surface of the tumbler is greasy. That means the outer surface of the tumbler is very greasy, like oily, like that means oily means, or as a thin layer of the cooking oil on it means, would become easier or more difficult to hold it. Definitely it is difficult to hold that. Any object it will be applied on the object, or any other very smooth things upon the applied upon the objects means definitely it is very difficult to carry for us. Okay, would it be possible to hold the glass at all if there is no friction? So if there is no friction, it is definitely we cannot be able to carry the object and we cannot be able to move the object. Okay. Recall also how difficult it is to move on a wet muddy track or wet marble floor. Can you imagine being able to walk at all if there were no friction? So you can imagine that on the floor they have poured the water or oil. Upon that we cannot definitely walk easily. Okay, we will be fed up. So there is no grip to our feet, our body feet to the surface of that. So there is a rough surface means definitely we will get the more gripness and we will get more friction. We can be walk or we can be run easily on the rough places. Okay, you could not write with the pen or the pencil if there were no friction. On the board, look at the board, for the chalk piece and the board will be smooth one. It means the board will be plain. Okay, there also some of the frictions will be. So the rough, okay, here in the chalk piece, whenever I start to write in there, so the chalk piece, the molecules will be reduce and go. So that is the up and down in the chalk pieces. So that is called what? Friction or grooves or the grip. So that gripness to the board and the chalk piece, I can be easily write on them. Even in the pencil or pen, we start to write on the paper, what will happen? We are just moving the pen and the pencil, no, just shaking them. So that is called what? Grip. So because of that grip, that friction will be fixed there, then we can easily write or do anything on the papers. Okay, its rough surface rubs. When your teacher is writing with the chalk on the blackboard, its rough surface rubs off some chalk particles which stick to the blackboard. Could it happen if there were no friction between the chalk and the board? Definitely the friction is there in between to the chalk and the board. That's what I can easily write it there. So there is no frictions means definitely I cannot be write on the board for the anything in there. Okay, like that. The nail is fixed in the wall due to the friction. Even take the nail and just put on the wall. Okay, so there what will happen? The nail will make the wall to the depth. So that depth is making to the friction of the wall to the nail. So the nail will be fixed on the wall. So that is the example. The nail is fixed in the wall due to the friction. Due to the friction irregularities, the object will be fixed on the wall. Like that, even the rubbing our palms. We have to rub our palms. We can feel the hard, that means warm. We can feel the warm heat will be produced there. So wherever the frictions will be, there the heat also will be produced. Striking a matchstick produce fire by the friction. Strike the matchsticks in there. There is a friction between the matchsticks and the match boxes. That's what we will get the fire because of the friction. So these are not in our day-to-day life. We are seeing how it's necessary for the friction. So there is a rough space on the surface to the object. It's in in a direct contact, there is a friction. Because of we can able to walk easily from the surface into the body. So there is a friction between the surface to the object means the object can be easily moved or the object can be easily to do the work will be done for that. Okay, so the friction is very important for the object. For that examples I have told you. In your textbook also they have given in that 8.7 and then 8.8. The soles of the shoes wear out to the frictions. So here look at your slippers and the shoes. There is a grooves on the line. There is some of the lines in the shoes and the slippers. So that lines are called the grooves. Okay. So that is easy to fix our surface. Then we can easily walk on the surface there. So take out page 100. If an object started moving, it would never stop if there were no friction. So the object will be moving on the roadside without any force applied on that. It won't be stopped. That means the brake we have to be applied that. So there is a force. Some of the external force we have to be applied that. Then only the object become to rest position. Had there been no friction between the tires of the automobiles and the road, they could not be started or stopped or turned to change in the direction of the motion. Even the vehicle's tires also you can see the lines on the wheels, no? So that is because of the gripness to the tire to the surface on the road. Okay, so then only the vehicle can be easily move or easily so fast it can be moved there. So there is a grip in between the surface and the tires also, the lines. Could not fix a nail on the wall or tie a knot. Without friction, no building could be constructed. Even we can see the construction buildings now you can see there, the ground they will be so long, they will take the depth and they will be constructed. They will be applied there so much of the materials mixed and they will be put the concrete first. Then they will make the buildings further. So there is a grip between to the building to the surface. Then only the building can be strong and it can be able to constantly stand in the surface. So you must have seen worn out steps of the foot over bridges at railway stations. Even the foot overs also you can see on the surface. Every tiles or every concrete they have put the lines upon that in between the concretes and that. So that lines give the gripness to the body of our. When we walk on the surface, it will give the gripness to our body. That means our feet to the surface of the face. Okay. Friction can also produce heat. Vigorously rub your palms together for a few minutes. How do we feel? When you strike a matchstick against rough surface, it catches fire. So second point I told you, rubbing of your palms makes you feel warm. That means whenever the frictions will be applied on the object, the friction can be able to produce the heat. Like that, for example, that is rubbing our palms, we can feel the heat. And then striking a matchstick produce fire because of the friction. So the friction can able to produce the heat. You might have observed that the jar of the mixture becomes hot when it is run for a few minutes. You can cite various other examples in which friction produce heat. Not only for the mixer, your mother will be keep on grinding any things in the kitchen means after once you will be off the switch of the mixer grinder, you just touch on the mixer. Definitely you can feel the heat there. Even the fan or light, it will be keep on blowing or the fan will be keep on running. You just touch the fan there, definitely you can able to feel the heat because of the friction. So the friction can able to produce the heat. Next is increasing and reducing friction. The friction will be increased means the object can be able to move fastly. The friction will be reduced means the object will be reduced its speed automatically. For examples, we can say for that the wheels of the tires. Okay, the more grips will be means the object will be, if it will be accelerated means the object will be move fastly in that. Okay, that is. And even the carry mode upon that, the plane surface in that, you just put the powder upon it, sprinkle the powder upon in that, then you just strike out the points in that. How fast it will be moved, no? So depending to the smooth surface, the object will be moved. There is more friction upon the object in that. That's what it is easily move further. So these are the examples for the increasing and the reducing frictions. As you have seen in the previous sections, friction is desirable in some situations. You have ever thought why the sole of your shoes is grooved? It is done to provide the shoes better grip on the floor. So because of that reason only the shoes have the groove. grooves, the lines, even the tires of the lines. Look at the picture, the 8.11 in the textbook, you can easily understand. So because of these reasons only, they have kept the lines upon the tires and they have given the grooves on the shoes. And even in our feet, we can see that in the center, some of the depth in that. So that grip will be easily, we can be walk on the surface there. So these are the examples for the increasing and reducing frictions. And wherever the frictions will be very reduced, means less, we can apply some of the lubricants like that oil. For example, the door, if you pull, it will be very difficult to come. Okay, so by the time you have to apply some of the oil in the wherever the iron things. So there it will be easily moved there. Okay, so even the cycle tires, cycle chains, you can apply the oil, lubricants. Even the other hard things, means very hard means there if you will be apply the oil means that oil it will be make the friction easily. That means it will be reduce the frictions, then the object will be move easily further. Okay, so next, what is mean by the sliding friction and fluid in the friction we will be discuss now. Next topic is rolling friction and the sliding friction. What does mean by rolling friction means, like examples, ball bearings we can see, and then in the wheel cycle, in cycle you can see the wheels. No, in the wheels the wheels it will be rolling in that. So that is the rolling frictions. So that and all will be grip will be more further, easily can be move further. When one body rolls over the another body, that means the wheels, think of, imagine the cycle wheels, it will be rolling in that, it will be rolling on the other, that means we are pedaling in that, even our body will be keep on rolling the pedaling, the wheels will be moving. So here when one body rolls over the another body, rolling friction comes into very easy and it will be play for that. For example, in the textbook they have given, take out the 2 to 4 pencils in that, upon that book you have to be keep in that. So just pull that book in that, how easily it will be moved. Because of the moving of the rolling of the pencils, the books can be easily moved from that. So that's the example. And rolling reduce friction example is pulling the trolley you can pull in that, and the basket traveling bag you can pull easily. How much of the weight also, because of the rollers we fixed in the bag. Even the small children also can easily pull that bag, okay, pull the baskets in there. So these are because of the rolling friction on the object. So when one object will be rolled on the other object, that is the friction will be more, the object will be easily move further. Next, sliding friction. Sliding friction means not in a rolling friction like that, this is slide. So the sliding friction is less friction comparing to the rolling friction. For example, we can say the ball bearings reduce the friction. Ball bearings in the cycle chains or in the, we can see that most of the vehicles they will be used for this ball bearings and so it will be reduce the frictions for that. That is the example for sliding friction. Next is the fluid friction. Depending to the objects, that is the states of the object, the friction will be reduced and the increases. Where they are using for this fluid frictions means you can see, you know that air is a very light and thin. Air is very light and thin also. As it exerts the frictional force on the object, it will be exert the friction force on the object moving through it. Similarly, water and the other liquids exert force of the friction when object move through it. So whenever, even we can see the fishes, the birds and all having the very less weight of the body. Okay, so depending to the body structure, it can easily move in the water and the air. Birds can be easily fly in the air. Like that, the fish can be easily move in the water. Like that, even the aeroplanes, you can see the body structure. So depending to the body structure, it will be able to move easily in a fluids. Okay. Similarly, water and the liquids exert force of friction when object move through it. In science, the common name of the gases and the liquids is fluid. So the gases and the fluid both together will be called fluids. So we can say easily the fluids exert force of friction on object in motion through them. So depending to the object states, that force will be, friction will be more. The frictional force exerted by the fluid is also called the drag. So what the frictional force exerted on the fluid, no, that friction is called drag. Okay, the frictional force on an object in a fluid depends on its speed with respect the fluid. The friction force also depends on the shape of the object and the nature of the fluid. Already I told you, depending to the structure of the object or depending to the nature of the object, the fluid will means the frictional force will be differ. It is obviously that when objects move through fluids, they have to overcome friction acting on them. In this process, they lose energy. Efforts are therefore made to minimize friction. So objects are given special shapes. Where do you think scientists get hints for the special shapes? That's what even the aeroplane will be designed, specially designed for the, like it can able to easily move in the air. Okay. For example, the bodies must have evolved to shapes which would make them lose less energy to overcome the friction. So, depending to the body movement, body structures, it can be able to move in a fluid, that may be in the air, that may be in the water. So, do you find any similarities in its shape that had the bird? So, see that, look at the picture in 8.17 in your textbook. Even the aeroplane and the bird, both of the same structure in that. So easily it can be moved. It can be able to face the friction in the air. Even the fish in the water like that also, it can, depending to the body structure, it will be able to move in that. Okay. So in this class we discussed about what is the reduction and the increasing of the friction, and what is meant by rolling friction, sliding friction, and then how the friction will be in a fluid and the examples. Refer your textbook, all the activities you can easily understand for what is meant by the friction wherever it is applying for that. Okay, that's all for this lesson, children. I will send the videos. After that I will send the notes for this lesson. Thank you.